There's many international pressures that could escalate, but what's one of the unique things about Saudi Arabia is its influence on oil prices. So as with any disruption, the oil prices may rise with that sort of supply pressure. And if that happens, then actually it's not necessarily bad for stocks. In fact, on average, when oil rises, the equities do rise, and in fact, it's pretty good for energy, materials, industrials, and technology. What's important to know about the oil, and especially with rising oil, is not necessarily the spread on WTI and Brent, but it's what kinds of producers and consumers benefit from the rising oil. So what we see is two kinds of splits. One is from the large stocks and the smaller stocks, where small stocks capture more of oil's rise because they tend to be less hedged against the oil price volatility. And then the other kind of split is between the producers and the commercial consumers or processors. So as oil is rising, typically that's better for the processors or commercial consumers, but if you're only playing within the large cap space, then the producers fare better. There's no one single indicator that we can pinpoint that drives gold. Sometimes many factors can come together, whether it's rising interest rates, inflation, the dollar, everything happening at once. But in reality, gold moves pretty independently. And one thing we find constant is that gold is a good diversifier generally. So we can even see that in this latest equity drop, that gold even rose slightly. So it did act as a diversifier. But if there's one thing to watch with gold, it's probably the central bank buying and selling. And usually the central bank's buying and selling is happening a little late. So if they're buying, then that's actually a signal for gold to possibly drop, or if they're selling, it's a signal for gold to go up historically.